Melt like it's hot wax, put it out, all the stores, bet you can shop that. Leave a nigga with a hot hat, frontin' like that.
Hey, welcome back to another edition of Two Dudes and a Mexican. While we listen to some classic Puff Daddy, and Mace.
Everybody wanna be fast, see the cash. Fuck around they weak staff, get a heat rash. Anything a bad boy way
Welcome to another edition of Two Dudes and a Mexican. I'm your host, the Premier League Yanker, also some dude named Victor Salazar. To the left of me, my co-host, Pack the Sports Guy, also known as some dude named Peter Soprano.
Yep.
To the right of me, resident Mexican, Dave Quinones.
Órale, mi gente.
Boys, Sunday fun day. Another edition of us talking shit because that's what we like to do. Just a quick rundown of today's show. Obviously, Lakers made the NBA Finals, so we're going to talk about that. True.
No, skip them.
Maybe. I mean, you know, a lot of sports happened yesterday, and I kind of skipped the Lakers anyway. So, the Heat also played tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit. Playoffs starting Tuesday. See what's going on. Dive into that. Then, of course, Sunday fun day means football. So, Pete, I'm going to go to you.
Yeah.
A lot of sports yesterday, and I believe... I mean, I know the Lakers won, and they won convincingly yesterday. LeBron had a good fourth quarter. But I didn't watch. I'm not saying I didn't care for it, but they are in the finals. Yeah. I kind of was preoccupied with my favorite sport, college football.
Yeah.
And then obviously the boxing and the MMA. Mm-hmm. But the Lakers did make the finals. Yes. Did it go, under the radar? And what are your thoughts of the game last night?
I mean, the game was kind of a boring game. It was probably Lakers controlled most of the game by about 5-7 points most of the game, and then they pulled away in the fourth quarter. Did get down to 3 to start the fourth quarter, but then that's when the Lakers kind of pulled away. So it really wasn't a drama-filled game. It was kind of like we knew Denver came back from 3-1 the first round, the second round. We can tell it wasn't really going to happen this time. So it kind of really flew under the radar because it really didn't add to the drama or anything.
No, I agree, Dave. When you play with fire, the saying is you get burned. And the Nuggets played 7 elimination games in this playoffs. 7.
Crazy.
You can't really play 7 elimination games.
It says we're going live in 6 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So what are we doing now?
Then I gotta wait for 6 fucking minutes.
So
we're live on Spotify.
We're live on Spotify?
Spreaker or whatever,
so
yeah.
The outtakes then?
Just keep going.
All right, whatever.
All right.
YouTube doesn't have to hear about the basketball anyway. YouTube does suck.
Shout out to YouTube again for trying to screw us.
We don't want you to sponsor something.
Yeah, man. I'm switching to Quibi TV. So I'm switching to that YouTube. You guys are screwing us.
I don't even want your stupid free trial.
Seriously. So much thing out there. Anyway, David, 7 elimination games. You just can't play 7 elimination games in a playoff and expect to win an NBA championship. Mm-hmm. What do you think Denver has to do next year to actually come back and challenge, the Lakers and obviously a very tough Western Conference?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they had a good run. They need to get more talent. That's it. Just more talent for the core guys. Obviously, they have 2 superstars leading that team. Get more talent. It was a tough task, like you said. Going down 3-1, and then again. I mean, but they did a good job. Getting this far to the playoffs. I think definitely surprised a couple of people. But that's what free agency's for, and got to get more talent around that team. So
I love this place. I don't think they necessarily need more talent. I'm very, very high on Jokic, and Jamal Murray is a monster in the making, and I think he arrived. The whole bullshit of Draymond saying that he didn't earn that call against LeBron. Jamal, go kiss someone in the nuts.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray actually was the best player in the bubble, hands down.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can argue with me. So I think just experience. I think next year, Jokic is going to be 26, Jamal Murray is going to be 23, 24, Michael Porter Jr. is going to develop into someone. Jeremy Grant, young as well. Like, their whole team is young. Mike Malone's a good coach. But I think we'll see them again, and people are going to underrate them again because the Western Conference has all these other names. But these guys have finished in the 2nd and 3rd seed consecutive years. Yeah. I think that, you can't say Houston. You can't say Golden State. You can't say, the Clippers, right? The Clippers, whatever, hyped up as they were, you still have Paul George. Until you figure out that problem with him, Playoff P. I'm still gonna take the Nuggets over them. I'm still gonna take the Nuggets over the Rockets. And until I see Clay and Steph coming back from their injuries, I'm still taking the Nuggets over them. So I think they're very much players in the Western Conference next year.
You know what they remind me of? They remind me of a little bit of Toronto before they got Kawhi. They're a good overall team. They don't have that top-tier superstar. They got a bunch of people that could be stars right now, and I think Jamal Murray has superstar potential.
I think so, too.
And I think Jokic has superstar potential,
I think so, too.
I think because they're young right now, I think they need that guy who's been experienced playoff guy like a Kawhi. I just think they need, like you said, they need experience. And whether they get it next year or whether it takes 2 years, I think they will be around as long as they keep that team together.
You know who I think would make a lot of young teams better, and I'm going to get a lot of shit for this? I think teams should trade for Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I think he's not going to be your best player,
yeah,
but he's going to be that player that steps up.
He'll be perfect for that team.
Yeah, he'll be a leader. He'll be a leader. He's not. He's going to be a locker room guy.
Jamal Murray can play the two. He's a shooter, so it doesn't matter if the ball's in Paul's hands or. We saw when he was with the Rockets, that was the furthest they ever got.
Yeah.
Like, they were one game from the NBA Finals and beating the great Golden State Warriors if he wasn't hurt. And that's the closest they got to getting to the finals. So he makes that big of a difference. And he brought KC all the way much further than people expected. I know me personally, I didn't expect OKC to even make playoffs this year. So with him, they made the playoffs and they actually put a run in it. So I was never a big guy on Chris Paul, but he makes his team definitely better.
I think he makes them better. I think if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, you should look into Chris Paul. If the Denver Nuggets, you should look into Chris Paul. If you're Miami Heat, I even think if you're the LA Clippers, you should look into Chris Paul because I don't think the Clippers have leadership on the team. Kawhi leads by example.
Yeah.
But Kawhi flourishes when there's another leader.
Paul George.
Yeah.
Quiet,
But I'm saying,
warrior, so it's kind of tough.
You know what I mean? Kawhi's the guy that gets you the stats and the points and the rebounds. Yeah. But in terms of leadership in San Antonio, you had Duncan, you had Ginobili, you had Parker. So that's why he didn't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
In Toronto, I think Kyle Lowry was the leader. Yeah. And in LA, he's the leader. And Paul George needs someone to choke on him or you know what I'm saying, grab him by the throat like Jordan would.
He does enough choking.
Yeah, well that too. And I think Chris Paul would be that guy. So I think Chris Paul makes 3 or 4 teams better in order to compete with the Lakers.
Level.
Yep. So Lakers, what's your outlook on them? And do the Heat join them today?
Well, I think Lakers are obviously going to be the favorite, whether Boston came from behind and won the series or whether Miami wins today. I think Lakers are going to be the heavy favorite. And you know what? It all depends on how well Davis. I'd always said that Davis has to play like a superstar for them to win because LeBron at this age can't do it by himself. So he needs another top guy with him. I mean, he showed that he kind of has his whole career. He's needed a top guy with him, but I think he needs Anthony Davis to play like a superstar for them to win.
For sure.
I do think the Heat will win tonight.
But he's the GOAT.
Yeah, okay.
You don't need nobody.
I do think that the Miami Heat will win the game tonight, son. I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup because you have LeBron who kind of dissed the Heat twice, or dissed the Heat, and now they're kind of going to meet them in the finals. So I know Pat Riley's going to want that more than anything else.
So you think the Heat ended tonight, Dave?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the last game, they had a bad third quarter. I think they shot
very bad third.
7 of 36.
They got to stop shooting so many threes, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not a 3-point shooting team.
And they did well in the first half. I mean, it looked like it was going to be their game.
Yeah, they were up 8 at half.
I think the Celtics have to do a lot, to beat them. Tatum's probably going to have a big game. Jaylen Brown's probably going to have to have a big game. So I just think that's too much. And I think the Heat, they're more hungry. They're more talented in terms of scoring, and I think they ended tonight. So
listen, Dre, stop texting us while we're on the show. All right, we're not going to tell them.
Jesse Dre, you should be here, man.
We're not going to tell them to put your game on. All right, I haven't seen you in 16 months, so my bad, Dave. No, but I agree. I agree. I think the Heat ended tonight, and I just think the Celtics are a much more talented team.
Yeah.
Individually.
Yeah.
But as a team.
Just haven't been able to.
I want to say after the Laker game when I got home, I want to say it was Kenny. Maybe it was Kenny Smith that said this on TNT, or maybe it was Charles. I think it was Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley said the Celtics should be winning the series 4-2. Mm-hmm. However, they play individually.
Yeah.
They take turns.
Isolation
of who to score. So Kemba is your turn. Jason Tatum is your turn. Mm-hmm. Jaylen Brown is your turn.
Yep.
where there is no turn in Miami. It's whoever has the open shot.
Yeah.
And they are just...
Which is weird.
So
The weird part about that, Brad Stevens usually runs a really team-oriented game, but I think the players on the court are just isolation-type players. I think that's what it is. Because I think as they got bigger, like Tatum was a very team-oriented player a couple years ago. He's starting to take more shots. I mean... It's just, I think, as they grow into being stars, I think they want to shoot more, and I think that's the problem. When they were younger, they were fine with just passing the ball, doing the team game. And I think right now, Kemba, obviously, he was a star coming there, and Tatum has grown into a star. Jaylen Brown is starting to become a star right now, so I think they want more isolation shots instead of running the team game. But the team game for them would work. It would be perfect for them because they have so much individual talent. If they worked as a team, it would be great.
Hobbs like hyperventilating over there. I think he's in the
20 minutes before YouTube stops fucking up.
I don't know. I think Hobbs gonna like kill someone. So I'm
break the camera,
gonna break the camera, Hobbs. It's gonna be all right. YouTube always hating on us, but it's all right. I think the Heat ended tonight, and I'm disappointed in the Celtics. I think collectively, if they would come together as a team, I think they would be able to beat the Lakers. I'm not sure the Heat are gonna beat the Lakers.
Yeah.
But I think the Celtics talent wise
Celtics
could match well with the Lakers. They just have, they have 4 or 5 guys that can take over a game. You know what I mean? But that's their problem. They have 4 or 5 guys that can take over a game, and they don't have the one guy that takes over the game and gets everyone involved.
Maybe they needed playoff Rondo.
The one thing about that is that we already know the Heat want to win more than anything for some reason, and you're gonna have Jimmy Butler guarding LeBron, and you're gonna have Bam Adebayo guarding Anthony Davis, and those are the 2 best defenders, and they're guarding their 2 best players. So, I mean, it should. I think it'll go longer than people expect. I think most people are going to predict for it to go 5 games. I think it'll go 6, possibly 7.
I mean, I just don't want the Lakers to win. That's all.
I don't either.
I just don't want the Lakers to win.
All you people on our Lake come from me. I don't care.
I don't want to hear.
I don't care.
I don't want to hear his LeBron goat stuff.
I don't want to hear we're doing it for Kobe. That's bullshit.
You know what it is, man?
They're not doing it for Kobe.
If you have 2 of the 5 best players in the NBA, you should win a championship. I don't want to hear anything. That's it.
But I'm just tired of saying that they're doing it for Kobe. They're doing it for themselves.
Kobe don't like none of you. Kobe hated all of you.
He never liked Rondo. He didn't like LeBron James. He got into fights with Dwight Howard. He doesn't like those players. So I don't want to hear they're doing it for Kobe. He don't like you. He would have seen the picture of Anthony Davis in college, butt naked, with his team messing up with him, and be like, "Look at this guy." Kobe hates all of you. He was not friends with any of you guys. I don't want to hear this doing it for Kobe.
rolling in his grave.
You know who Kobe liked? You know who Kobe liked? Kobe. That was it. That was it.
That's what it was.
He ain't like none of y'all. Kobe like Kobe. He ain't like none of y'all.
And Paul Gasol. That's it.
And Paul Gasol. That's it.
That's the only ones.
You know, everyone. Dwight Howard. He wanted to kill Dwight Howard.
He hated Rondo.
Soft.
So we're not whatever, man. Kobe hates all of you. Kobe likes Paul Gasol and the GM. What's his name? Rob Pelinka. That's it. Yeah. He hated everyone else.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving along, boys. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yeah.
Obviously. Baseball. Finally, we're getting to the end of the season. Whatever the fucking season this time was.
Last day.
Today's the last day.
Yeah, they should make the card. Yeah, they should make the card. No, it's 1 spot allowed.
1 or 2? I thought it was 2.
I think it's 3 people. No, 3 people fighting for 1 spot.
Okay.
But they should make the Cardinals play those extra 2 games like tomorrow, like a doubleheader or something.
They should, yeah.
Because that's
not even
the
fair.
Cardinals better not getting on that.
The Reds still have a chance.
No, we were.
It's only 3. It's only the Giants.
Yes,
it's only the Giants, the Brewers, and the Cardinals.
Yesterday we had a 1.1% chance.
So you're saying
it was a chance.
Listen, I haven't been paying attention to baseball, and that's my fault.
No, nobody cares about baseball.
It's. I'm wearing a Yankee hat, because like I said, I won't wear a Giants jersey until they win a game. So maybe next week you'll see me with a Giants jersey. Until then, it's not happening. What do you mean? We're playing their favorite team, the 49ers.
49ers got it, 44-7.
Get the fuck
out! You can't say that.
They lost half their team last week.
He's been bashing them this whole time, so come on.
All right, so
my theory of going 0-5 is still going.
It's coming to fruition slowly.
It makes sense. So, what kind of postseason do you expect, Dave? With pitching and fielding, you can clearly see that. From what I, Dre, bro.
Dre.
Stop texting, Dre. All right, that's it.
Enough is enough.
Enough's enough. We'll see you at 12:30. So, in terms of the fielding, I've been the few games that I've watched this year. The defense has been terrible.
Yeah, it's been rough.
It's been a rough defense. I seen a Yankee game the other day where My man couldn't even fucking lay down a bunt.
Ugh.
Pathetic. Guys can't hit and run anymore. You can't.
It's just home run ball.
It's just you can't swing away.
Oh, wait a minute. Does that blinking light mean YouTube's about to come on? It just blinked just now.
It blink now?
It just blinked just now.
Just blinked, yeah.
Oh, wait. I got a message.
We want to make sure if YouTube's going to come on now, you might as well wait for Dave to talk. All right, just go ahead.
Just keep going.
Time running.
Fuck YouTube, man. Just keep fucking
All
going.
right, go.
That's probably gonna be our last show on YouTube. That's probably gonna be our last show on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's blinking again too.
From your last show on YouTube.
Blacklisted you.
Just let us know when YouTube finally decides to come on.
Either
Just
way.
keep going,
Yeah.
man. Just fucking keep going.
So when it comes to like the fielding, like I was saying, fielding, pitching, what type of postseason do you expect?
No, listen, it's understandable, obviously, because of COVID, the pandemic. Defense is not getting the that spring training in, that real spring training in. So I think the defense is going to get better. I think offense, though, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's just going to be bombs away, man. I think a lot of teams are just going to rely on that home run ball. Obviously we saw last year with I don't even know if they maintain the same baseball. Are they going to switch it again for the playoffs? I don't freaking know.
Talk to Verlander.
But I think it's gonna. I think the offense is gonna be bombs away. I think we're gonna see a lot of home runs in this postseason. So, the small ball. We've said it before in the past. If you're a baseball fan, you see the small ball is just. It's not utilized as much as it used to be. America's pastime. So a lot of teams don't do it. But again, I think they're gonna rely on the home run ball big time in this postseason.
I think small ball and pitch is still going to win this World Series. I don't care how many people. I don't care how many home runs people think they want to hit. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, the team that gets the clutch base hit, the team that moves the runner over, the team that steals bases, the teams that know how to lay down a bunt are essentially going to win the World Series. Like, that's just my opinion. Nationals did it last year. They said, fuck the analytics. We're going to hit and run. We're going to steal. We're going to bunt. We're going to go with 3 pitchers if we have to. We're not going to throw a 4th starter out there maybe once every so often. You know what I mean? That's old school. That's a manager having the balls to tell the nerds upstairs, like, take your numbers and shove them up your ass and get the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. So I think the team that plays small ball is still going to win the World Series. Who that team might be, I only have one team in mind right now. So either way, I think we'll see a different World Series. You're right. We'll see a different playoff. We're going to see more home runs, more strikeouts, more double plays.
Less fans.
16 people left on base. No fans unless you're in Kansas City or Florida. Well, they were there in Texas.
Texas
is going to allow fans, but Cali isn't, though.
No, they won't. They won't.
Well, I don't even care. Who cares?
But,
they should just cancel the baseball season. So
I think it's going to be. Listen, we're only playing 60 games. 60 games if you do that over a normal regular season. This is when they're working the kinks out. You'll see a lot of home runs. You'll see. I think the reason why when people play 162 games, they're getting everything perfected for the postseason. They're getting their defensive measures down. They're making sure that the pitching is set up perfectly. I think that's not going to happen this year because it's only 60 games. So because of that, I think it's going to be one of those, like what you guys were saying, kind of a crazy postseason. I think there'll be more home runs. I don't think it'll be the same type of pitching and fielding that it was before because those type of teams haven't gotten a chance to really get into their stride yet. You mentioned the Nationals. Nationals were a team that if it was after 60 games last year, they wouldn't even made the playoffs.
Right.
But they got their shit straight by the end of the season so that they were perfectly set to make that run to the postseason. They're not making it to the postseason this season either because they can't get everything straight. So I think those type of teams that work towards getting their shit perfected with pitching and the fielding, they can't do it this year. Some of them won't even make the playoffs. So I think it'll be one of those bomber teams that just hit a home run. And with that, you mentioned teams that I think that can win it all. And surprisingly, I'm going to say the New York Yankees are the team that I'm going to pick to come out the AL because they hit a bunch of home runs. They're perfect for that. What are you talking about?
Curse you guys, right?
What are you talking about? Listen, I'm going to say.
How can you curse when you haven't won since 2011?
Listen, Yankees are perfect for this type of format because there's going to be a lot of home runs and not as much pitching, and they still do have a great pitcher in Garrett Cole. So I think the Yankees are going to represent the AL.
What a fucking trash ass.
What?
I watched one of his games and he's fucking giving hits up left and right.
Damn.
I mean,
the one game you coincidentally
I think
won.
he's really good. I think he
is good.
I
He
think
needs to cut
he's.
that fucking hair.
I mean, no, he's never gonna cut that hair.
That's the Yankee way.
I think the Yankees, if they get past the Tampa Bay Rays in the second round, if
They
that's
may have to
how,
face them.
in the second round, what do you mean?
They may have to face them. Rays may get knocked down the first
By
round.
who? By who?
Dude, it's 2 out of 3 for the first round. You could lose a series, you're done.
So the Yankees can lose 2 out of 3.
Well, they can, but I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either.
Listen, if the Yankees get past the Rays, I think they're gonna make it to the World Series. However, I don't think they're gonna get past the Rays. I see the Yankees losing in the second round. I see the Rays going to the World Series because I think the Rays.
Wow.
I think the Rays are the team that does the little things right. They pitch.
Blake Snell?
They
The guy that you guys made fun of me with? That's the only guy they have.
Cy Young Award
That's
winner.
the only... Exactly.
Listen, man.
He
The
doesn't
only
like that
reason why
guy.
the Rays was good because the season is only short.
That's why.
If it was
So-
a longer season, they wouldn't be that good. Let's move on.
I'm going with the Rays. I'm going with
Yep.
the Rays. That's it.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Yankee fans. I mean, I hope we beat the Rays. I hope we make it to the World Series and beat whoever comes out the NL. But we're still one pitcher away. Debbie
I don't think
Garcia.
you're beating the Rays, but you're not going to face the Rays.
Okay, Debbie
They
Garcia.
got knocked off in the first round.
Debbie Garcia might be the number 2. You know, maybe if he had more games, he could develop into a number 2. I have no idea if James Paxton is still alive. I don't know if he died or like he had an injury. He was supposed to come back 60 days from March. It is now September 27th. I still haven't seen him pitch. Freaking who's the other guy that we have?
Well, pitcher?
Yeah, the guy that tore his ace, the whatever, Tommy John.
Montgomery?
No, not Montgomery.
For the Yankees?
Yeah, the Dominican cat that was a good pitcher like 2 years ago.
Haman?
Benitez?
Who?
Severino?
Severino, that guy.
Severino.
I don't know where he's been. I don't think he's ever coming back.
Well, no, isn't he done for this game?
Yeah, he's done
done
for a
for the year,
season.
yeah.
Domingo Herman is out there, beating chicks and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're never gonna see you again. So until we get that second starter, I thought we had like 3 second starters this year, but
Yeah, Matt.
You guys did, but
but one's a
Started
woman,
good.
one's a woman beater, one's injured, and James Paxton got into the 70s and just disappeared. So
Dave, who's coming out the air?
that's a classic
listen,
Sandlot
yeah,
line.
I'm gonna go against the grain here, guys. I'm going with the Indians.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think they have the pitching to do it, and
Pitcher.
Like-
they have one guy.
Somebody watch
who
fucking
leads and
Major Leagues.
everything. So
Yeah, but he can only pitch one game.
I like Carrasco too, man. I like Carrasco too. I like the experience that he's got. And listen, you guys said it. Small ball. I think if any team is going to play small ball, it's going to be this team. So
I do like
Be
that.
crazy,
I do
but-
like that they're playing back to back to back days. That we can't have one pitcher try to win a series by himself. So I do like that.
I mean, I wish we would have had that for the Yankees when they played the Diamondbacks.
But listen,
Yeah.
I'm going with the Indians. I liked the Yankees in the beginning, but listen, you
You've
guys
never
said
liked
it
the
already.
Yankees.
Never
outside of Cole, you don't have any other starting pitching. So.
Who the Indians got outside of Bieber though?
So,
I mean, Carrasco's okay, but I
like
mean,
Carrasco,
he hasn't pitched that well this
Justin
year.
Bieber? Justin Bieber? Is that his name?
and I think they have the best, AL pitcher right now. So I think he's going to have that Madison Bumgarner type of playoff.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now.
That's
which is going to be big, I think. So, but we'll see. We'll see.
Wrap it up.
I like the Yankees, but I just don't think they have the
Land the plane,
pitching.
Dave.
So, they don't
So,
have the
so who do you got going to the World Series from the NL?
I know. I think it's clear. I
Can't
think
pick the
Dodgers.
Mets.
The Dodgers are going.
What?
I think the Dodgers win it this
What?
year. Yeah, I think the Dodgers
There's
win
another
it this
team
year.
in Atlanta.
So if any offense can
Might have something to
face
say about that.
can face and score as many runs as the Yankees, it's that offense. In LA,
Future Yankee.
Listen, man.
and they have pretty good pitching. So
All right, well,
have them going
until
in.
you show me otherwise, I'm
You're right.
always
bet
gonna
against
bet
Clayton Kershaw?
against you. I'm gonna bet against Clayton Kershaw. I'm gonna bet against Dave Roberts, who I still can't forget for that stolen base. So go fuck yourself. And again, I'm a hater of a Boston team, and I'm a hater of most LA teams. So yeah, I don't want them to win. So I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Braves.
In the future Yankee.
I think they are similar to the Yankees and where they like to hit the long ball, and they have, their starting pitching isn't as good as it should have been this year.
they don't have their
ace, but they can hit the ball, and they have speed, they have talent. And again, I just don't trust the Dodgers ever. Don't ever trust the Dodgers. Like, you just can't trust them like you can't trust the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get into that. I told you guys that the Cowboys should have lost last week. But, again, they play the shitty-ass Falcons. But we'll get into that as well.
The paper's thin Falcons.
Dave, you said that the only team you think is keep up with the Yankees offense is the Dodgers, and neither one of them lead baseball in runs.
It's the Braves.
The Braves score more runs than both of them. So
Yes. But on paper, I mean, you got Jock Peterson. You got Mookie
Jock
Betts.
Peterson's hitting under
You
200.
you got Cody Bellinger. Yeah, but playoffs, right?
Is
What
it
happens when the
playoffs?
playoffs?
This is
What
not
happens
a
with the playoffs?
This is not a normal playoff.
Okay, but what happens with the playoffs?
This is a continuation of the regular season.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters. That's it, man. Playoffs is playoffs.
All right, so if you want to say playoffs is playoffs, the Dodgers always choke in the playoffs.
They do. I mean, dude, they almost won it. So
Almost.
very
They
close.
almost won it like 4 straight years.
They were almost.
When they almost won it?
So.
When they almost win it?
Have they even had a game where they were 1 game away from winning the World Series?
When they almost won it?
No, never.
They won it 2 years ago. I mean, they almost won it 2 years ago.
Oh, the Astros were up the whole time.
Yeah, Astros. They
made it to the World Series.
They can always make it to the World Series.
They're
They're like the Buffalo Bills, pretty much.
Please, come on.
They're like the
Listen,
Buffalo
bro.
Bills.
It's not.
Nobody-
So you're telling me it's easy to make it to the World Series?
Nobody ever
We're not saying
remembers
it's
the
easy,
loser.
but-
Shit.
How
We're
many?
not-
How
The
many?
last time the fucking
how
Yankees
many-
made it to the World Series.
Oh, now
2009.
you hate it.
So what? So what? So exactly. It's not easy. Is what I'm
But
saying.
who's gonna? Who remembers? If unless you're a biggest Yankee hater in the world, you're not gonna remember the Yankee team that lost to the Marlins or that lost to the Diamondbacks. Well, you might because
Padres.
you know what I'm saying. Like you never remember the World Series, Super Bowl, NBA Finals, NHL Finals loser. No one ever remembers them because we don't
Unless
care.
you lose every like the Buffalo
David,
Bills.
if you're not first, you're last.
That's true.
All right,
I'll give you that. So, but I
Really
think,
quick, so we can move on. I'll pick the Braves to come out the NL. I think they score a lot of runs, and I'm going with the teams that score a lot of runs. So I'm going the Yankees versus Braves for the World Series.
But yet, small ball and pitching is going to win. No,
I said it won't.
Or win.
I said it
win
won't.
everything, right?
I said the Rays.
Yeah, he
said the Rays to win,
I
right?
said it won't.
I said the Rays.
I
to
said
win.
pitching. I said small ball won't win this. I said it won't.
But here's the difference.
He said it, though.
Is there a small
He
ball?
said it,
But he picked the Rays.
Is there a small ball? Is there a small ball team in the NL right now?
Not really. No.
All right, so that's why I'm picking the Rays.
Probably the Cardinals if they make it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Probably the Cardinals if they make it. That's about it.
Nah.
I hope they don't.
Well, whatever, man. I'm done with baseball. If the Yankees win, I'll be happy. If they don't, it's like the Stanley Cup. Like I just watched it the other day. I'm well, it's cool. Whatever. I mean, I know there's
I
like
did watch it. Yeah, I did.
two overtime games, and that's dope and all. But
Yeah,
the Rangers,
that was actually good.
the Rangers been out since June. I haven't paid attention.
I'm watching
so.
the Rangers South.
And the Junior Rangers is about to win.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there we go. Now, Sunday, we still have about 17, 16 minutes left of the program. Sunday Fun Day. I just want to give a quick recap. It's actually Monday Night Football, but we'll go with it. Love it.
Should have brought out Carrot.
I like that better.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm man,
Yeah.
When you
okay.
sit
First
behind
that's kind of
here,
trash.
when you sit behind the
That's
camera, you can
that's
choose whatever
trash.
music you want.
Okay.
Well, you were sitting behind the camera last week.
That's actually my
and, your daughter was
favorite
here.
NFL.
Oh yeah, it was actually.
You
a
should have
lot.
Yeah.
taken control.
You had a
You should have
chance.
taken
Should've
control.
snatched it out of his
Should have
hand.
taken control of the mic. But listen, we almost. I almost went perfect last week on our question of the week: which quarterback wins? Tom Brady was this close to being the only quarterback that won. I told you guys about the Cowboys. I don't give a fuck about that victory. They are not good.
They should have
Bullshit
lost.
Victory.
They are not good. But the Atlanta Falcons choke worse than the Yankees in 2004. They choke worse than the Warriors. They choke worse than any team I've ever seen in my life.
Except themselves.
Themselves. Any team from Georgia, bunch of chokers. I hope that's not you, Braves, because I picked you to make the World Series. But all you guys from Georgia suck. You guys can't hold the lead.
But yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Matty Ice.
Georgia college football, they suck.
How's my man, whatever, Dan, whatever, I still have a job? I'm Arthur Blank. I'm firing the coach.
No, the 17 is the one who looked at the ball as it just went right by the line, just didn't pick up the ball.
So what did you guys think? You guys think that they didn't know the rules, or they were just scared to pick up the ball? Because there's been a big I think
they didn't know the rules, and
There's
that
a
comes
big,
down to
there's a
coaching.
big, not controversy.
Either way,
but
it was
question.
stupid.
Well, yeah, I'm like, they're looking at the ball, like staring at the ball.
It was just stupid.
And I guess that funny spin, I don't know.
Oh, give me a break. Just dive on the fucking
Get
ball.
on the ball.
No,
Just
I
get
don't
on
know.
the ball.
I don't know.
That's
No,
just stupid.
it's ridiculous.
I mean,
It's
technically, you
ridiculous.
blame the special teams coach for not telling, but
Yeah,
they should
you're
know
right.
it.
Yeah, you're
But they
right.
should know it.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I'll leave that there. Question of the week this week is about the Los Angeles Rams. Pete's favorite team. Just kidding.
He loves Boy Wonder, right?
He does. He does.
No.
Are the Los Angeles Rams underrated, Dave? Or are they fool's gold?
No, I think they're underrated.
Really?
Listen, we talked about this last week. I think, they're back. Dude, you lose a guy like Todd Gurley, you think, okay, this running game's not going to be that good. Dude, they're averaging, I know it's only 2 games, but they're averaging $170, per game.
Isn't Cam Akers hurt for this game, though?
Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
So
Darrell Henderson's starting.
Darrell Henderson, he looked good. Malcolm Brown,
Brown's fine.
He looked good. So they still got their offensive weapons. Cup, Higbee, one of Pete's favorite tight ends. That he didn't start last week, but listen, I think the Rams are back. I definitely think they're underrated, and they still have their big monster in defense. They got Jalen Ramsey. I think they're gonna make the playoffs, and again, they're gonna make a run this year. So
I'm going to go second, and Pete, you're going to have to break the tie because I think they're fool's gold. Mm-hmm. And here's why. They've played 2 NFC East teams. That's it. That's plain and simple.
oh man,
you play 2 NFC. The NFC East is becoming the AFC East light. It is a horrible division.
Yeah.
Horrible. You barely beat the Cowboys, who I don't think are good, right? Had it not been for Jalen Ramsey, Manu Ginobili, this pass interference call, who knows? The Cowboys maybe steal that game.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles. You know how I feel about Carson Wentz. You know how I feel about the Eagles. I don't think they're that good. And then you're going to play the Giants next week. So essentially, you might start 3-1 because I don't think you're beating the Bills today. Because you're actually going to play a defense that actually will fight back. And you're actually going to play a quarterback who I think is breaking out to have an incredible season in Josh Allen, who Pete loves. But I think they're fool's gold. I'm not saying they're not good. But Super Bowl good, I don't think they're that.
I agree with that. I don't think that they're Super Bowl good. I do think they're a good team, but I don't think they're Super Bowl good. I do think that they'll find today is going to be a big game for them because they play against the Bills, like you said. And if they can beat the Bills are actually the favorite. This will be the 3rd straight game the Rams are actually the underdog in the game.
Yep.
So if they win all 3 games, that you have to start looking at them a little bit differently. But until they win that game today, I still think they're fool's gold in terms of Super Bowl winning team. Today, the winner of that game will start being looked at as a true contender.
That's fair. And man, it's
gonna be Buffalo Bills and the LA Rams is a big game.
Those Bills Patriots game now are going to mean a lot different than they have.
Chris
the last
Berman
couple
saying
years.
nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
So listen, boys. We have about 10 minutes left. Let's talk about some games that are important. We have a slate of really good games.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start it off with the Bills Rams because I think it's a really important game. One, to see if the Rams are fool's gold.
Yeah.
Or if they're underrated. I mean, we'll see what happens. Or if the Bills are literally for real. Because, again, the same thing we said about the Rams, we can say about the Bills. They beat AFC East foes.
Yeah.
And, again, the East divisions are really bad. Really bad. They're just really bad. They beat Miami, and they beat, who's the other cupcake team? The Jets. They beat Miami and the Jets.
Yeah.
So now they get their first test, Dave. What do you think about this matchup?
Again, you guys already said it. I mean, it's going to be a great matchup to see. Who really is for real. I mean, listen. Either way, who loses doesn't mean it doesn't mean that they're out. It doesn't mean So I think it's going to be a good close game. I think it's going to come down to the wire, probably like a last minute field goal. But again, I think both of these teams are for real. They both have young quarterbacks. They both have, I think, good defenses. And I mean, in this game, though, again, I'm going with the Rams, but I think it's going to be a close game. And I like Josh Allen a lot, and I like that Bills defense.
5 minutes left.
I'm gonna let Pete break this up again. Pete's gonna be the swing vote here. Like if we're,
Well, I already said who I'm picking. You already said who you picking. So we kind of already
picked
know.
the Bills?
Already.
You picked the
No,
Bills?
I picked the Rams.
You picked the Rams?
Yeah, I think the Rams
Oh
are gonna
my
win.
God!
I
So
think they're gonna win a close game.
Oh man, I missed that part. But
Yeah.
I don't think the Rams are gonna win a close game. I think Josh Allen has weapons. Finally,
Stephon.
that aren't Zay Jones and whoever you had
he's a
before.
bum.
Zay Jones is such a bum. I saw Zay Jones. I saw Zay Jones on Monday Night Football. I was like, this guy's still in the league.
Oh my God, I can't believe he's still in the league.
Did you draft him? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no,
Zay Jones
he's
sucks.
just a bum.
He sucks,
Never
dude.
draft him.
He sucks. So, he's got Stephon Diggs now. Like he's got that deep
Yeah.
threat that he didn't have
John
before,
Brown.
and he's got a fucking 80, 70 yard fucking arm, and now he can throw it to someone that actually will catch it.
Yeah.
And their defense is legit. I like the Bills in this one, man, and I like Josh Allen, and maybe when it's looked back, maybe 5-10 years from now, we're gonna say Josh Allen was the best quarterback in that draft, and maybe the Giants did the right thing by not picking Darnold or fucking Baker
I
Mayfield.
was the only one that said Josh Allen's actually good.
And that was the big thing. Like the Jets fans were like, "Oh yeah, the Giants missed out. Said Darnold, he's the real deal." Look at
Bro, he
him.
stopped hanging out with fucking.
I mean, listen.
Well, that's why,
All right,
man.
so let me defend my guy then.
Hold on.
Let me defend my guy.
I'll say my guy. I'll say my guy.
Before we get there, you guys have not hung out this shit, right?
No.
That's why he sucks, man.
That's why.
All right, give it like 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
why.
Listen, he's playing with a horrible offensive line. His top 3 wide receivers
Now you
aren't
know
there.
they hang out. Now you know they hang
His
out.
running back is...
got Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, he's been hurt week 1. He got hurt in the middle of week 1.
Now you know they hang out because he's defending them.
So listen,
Listen, the truth eventually comes out, man.
I want to see a quarterback that's going to work without a good offensive line, without their running back, and without their top 3 wide receivers.
Daniel Jones.
Get that.
That's it, baby. Yeah, he's right.
No.
No running back.
Darius Slayton is still playing. Evan
he's not
Ingram
our
is still
best wide
playing.
receiver. He's not our
No,
best
I said your top 3 wide receivers.
All right. Well, we'll see. All right. Whatever, man. We always knew he was your guy.
We know why you're defending him. We know why you're
Listen, you
He's
know.
a better player than he's shown.
Do you know Green Rock has outdoor seating?
Yes,
So you can watch games and hang out with Sam Darnold there. Now.
I know that.
All right, so just letting you know.
I know that.
I run by there every day. I see their outside tents. It's first come, first serve. If you want to tell Sam, I'm just
Not
letting
get
you
a
know.
reservation.
Okay. All right, so
You were Sam, you don't need it.
VIP treatment.
all right, so that was the 1 o'clock game of the day. The 4 o'clock game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Seattle Seahawks, Dallas Cowboys. Again. We talking about the Cowboys. Why? Because everyone loves the Cowboys except me.
They're bringing ratings.
Get the people going.
Cowboys, Lakers, Yankees. It works.
It works. I like Seattle in this. Russell Wilson's the MVP so far in 2 games. I mean, it's pretty simple. 9 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah. You don't agree with ESPN saying Kyler Murray?
Oh, no. Not at all. Not at all.
It's 2 touchdowns so far.
Not at all. DK Metcalf's coming into his own. He's becoming that guy that
Pete's boy.
Russell,
No, he's not my boy.
Well, I know Pete hated him.
He's not my boy.
But I think Russell Wilson's found his target. We're still iffy on that defense. I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
Any bettors, you probably take the over on this. And again, I'm not sold.
57.
I'm not sold on the Cowboys. That's it. That's just my explanation. Go Hawks, as they say in Seattle.
I think Seattle will win too. I think that Russell Wilson is just playing at too high of a level right now. He's playing like he didn't need the preseason, so he's just rolling. And I think, like you said, I think it'll be a high-scoring game. The only chance the Cowboys have is just trying to build off the momentum of last week. But other than that, I think Seattle's just a better team.
You know why? When you're married to Sierra, you do these things. That's all.
And you get women like Sierra.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm going with you guys. I mean, listen, I think he's the clear-cut favorite for MVP right now. He's doing big things in Seattle. And I agree with Vic. I think the Dallas Cowboys are overrated. They just haven't been able to work out, how to get that offense running. So on paper, obviously, we said it. They were going to be a big offensive monster. They haven't really done much. They got lucky last week.
I mean, they did score 40 though.
I don't think their offensive problem. That defense.
It's the defense.
It's overrated.
Defense is bad.
overrated.
Their offense could score. It's the defense.
Yeah, but that offense wasn't clicking in the beginning, though. They had to obviously come from behind.
First game,
So
everybody
it was
is a little weird.
though. I think
If the Cowboys upset them today, would you look at them differently?
I think so. Yeah,
would.
because again, I think they're working out the kinks for that offense. You're right. Defense. They lost a couple of people on the defense as well, so it hasn't underperformed. But again, like you guys said, they got lucky. They should have lost last week.
All right.
So
We move on from the Cowgirls.
Okay, so we moved on from the 4:00 game to the Sunday night game.
Damn right.
2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Woo!
One who I think is washed. One who I think is coming, finally getting the respect he deserves. I think, even though I think he's still disrespected somehow.
Yes.
I don't know how. But Aaron Rodgers versus Drew Brees. I'm a big Aaron Rodgers stan. He's done it with guys you never heard of. And he might have to do it again. I'm not sure if Devontae Adams is not playing today again.
I don't think he will.
So he's going to have to do it with guys you never heard of again. His running back finally showed up. And he's basically on this Jordan Love go fuck yourself tour.
He's going to be throwing to that dog from his commercial. That dog he throws to in the commercial is going to be his top wide receiver.
So he's going on this Jordan Love fuck you tour, basically to management, to his coach. He's like, you guys want to draft this guy? All right. It was like that Cam meme when OBJ scored a touchdown against the Panthers like 3 years ago. When Cam was like, OBJ was doing some stupid dance, and Cam was like, all right.
I got you.
I'm 15-1. I'm the MVP.
Yeah.
I got this.
Keep dancing.
So that's what Aaron. That's the Aaron Rodgers. I think I'm gonna call it the Jordan Love fuck you tour. That's what Aaron Rodgers is on.
Who you picking?
I'm picking the Green Bay Packers.
Picking Packers?
Yeah, and I think Drew Brees is washed. You know how much I don't really like Drew Brees. I'll say this again. I think he's a dumb quarterback, and there's nothing wrong with that. Except I like guys that can play in the outdoors, and I don't think Drew Brees can. He's proven that he can't. And now indoors, he doesn't even look like the Drew Brees indoors. So
yeah, I agree. The Saints are the favorite team right now. I don't know why, because
Michael Thomas is out too. I don't get it.
Yeah, Michael Thomas is out. Yeah, Michael Thomas is out. They didn't play great against the Raiders, and I think Green Bay is clicking right now. So I think the Packers win that.
Yeah, I'm going with the Packers as well. I mean, Green Bay's clicking. They got their running game going last week. Aaron Jones looked great last week. So coming off an ugly loss, to Las Vegas, and I mean, Kamara's all they got. So
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's it. So
I
I like Green Bay, man. And Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's looking really good right now.
And who?
Him. They got him.
Tasting it. Yeah, fuck that guy for sure. All right, last game.
So fuck him. He's not good. He's not good.
And final game, he's not good. Every time I see him on the field, I want to throw up.
Yeah.
And my fault for picking the fucking Saints last week.
I did too.
Unbelievable. That would have meltdown.
I think we all did.
Yeah, whatever, man. You losing to the Las Vegas Raiders.
I didn't think that.
Making Derek Carr look like freaking Jim McMahon out there.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
It's terrible. All right, last game, probably the game of the week to me. Lamar versus Patrick, Ravens Chiefs Monday night. Man, ESPN is coming up with some doozies to make up from those Thursday night shitty games that we have to watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go first. I like the Ravens in this one.
It's such a good game.
If there's one thing I learned about last week, and I know it's early, is there's something going on. Yep, there's something going on.
Oh, there it is.
There's something going on. There's something going on with that defense, and I'm not liking what Spagnuolo's doing, and I know it's my guy. When it matters, he'll show up, but it doesn't really matter right now because the Chiefs could lose this game, and they'll be fine. I think the Ravens have a really good defense. Lamar's going to run around crazy. Yeah, man, I like the Ravens in a high-scoring game.
I like the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs' offense is very hard to contain for 4 quarters.
You're not scared at all of that Chargers game last week?
No, because the Chiefs did what they did the entire postseason last week. They pretty much did nothing for like the first half and then just woke up in the second half and won the game.
Okay.
They literally have to play like a quarter and a half and they beat teams right now. So it's very hard to shut
them down. What if they take
down.
off all 4 quarters?
Well, then they have an issue. But I think they'll have enough to win this game, so I'm going with KC.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm going with KC too. I mean, listen, don't bet against the defending champs. I like Lamar, in Baltimore, but like Pete said, man, this offense is just so scary. I mean, they can put up points like that in a blink of an eye, and they could be down, but in a blink of an eye, they'll tie that game and they'll win. So,
All right, so we have our picks. We'll be back. We'll be back next Sunday. Obviously, we are running short on time.
Yeah.
I look like YouTube came up because someone said I was on TV.
YouTube. Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, so shout out to YouTube. Whatever Hobbs
No,
says.
shout out to YouTube.
Whatever Hobbs says, don't take it personal. He's just
YouTube.
angry.
You
Yeah,
can
fuck
sponsor
you.
us back. You can sponsor us back if you guys.
I'm on my Mike Francesa flow, as you know, Diet Coke. So we're out. We'll be back next Sunday.
Peace out, guys.
Tweet us.
Gente.
Tell Dre to show up on time and that we're not holding a seat for him.
Dre, steal us, but not
Peace.
lose.